This video might be the most important video that I've ever made, because you might be doing one of these things that I'm going to mention in today's video, which is stopping your wealth from growing. Sometimes you're putting in hard work, but unknowingly you're falling into sins. You're doing something which is not pleasing to Allah Azza wa Jal, and it is stopping your wealth from growing. And until you educate yourself on that, until you realize that, yeah, maybe this is something that I'm doing, well, you're not going to come up with a solution. So let's get right into the video. Number one, and this isn't a direct attack on anyone, but we all make mistakes. Let's be honest, we all have this tendency to unknowingly sin. In fact, the thing that is the scariest, and many of the Sahaba, they actually were worried about this, and it wasn't the fact that they knew when they would sin because they would seek forgiveness from that. Some of the du'as that they would make, it was forgive me for the sins that I know that I commit, but forgive me for the sins that I don't even know that I commit. And sometimes unknowingly we fall into some sins and we don't even realize it. So hopefully this video gives you a reminder of the things that are not okay, so hopefully you can reflect on your life and think, you know what, that is something that I need to fix. And number one, we'll get into it. Thinking good of others and being happy for other people's success. That's important. And when someone has some success, when someone achieves something in their life, be happy for them, be proud for them, make dua for them. And try to work on yourself, because the worst thing you could do is start getting envious of a friend, a family member, or someone like that when they achieve something. I've realized, and it's something that I've worked on over the last several years, 4, 5, 6 years, that ill feelings can come into your heart. And it's something we have to actively work on all the time, that if someone does see success, if someone does achieve something in their life, especially we see this in the Muslim community where someone does something and you say, oh, well, it's probably because they do something negative or bad. You see someone driving a nice car and it's probably because they did fraud or drugs or something like that. Actually, as Muslims, we should think good of each other, and we shouldn't straight away say they probably achieved whatever they achieved through haram means, or they did something, which isn't legal as such, right? You should think positive of your brothers and sisters, and you should think positive of your family members, and so on and so forth. If you do that, then guess what? Allah will be pleased with you. Allah will also bless you. Allah will put barakah in your money, in your business, and so on and so forth. So think good of others, and don't be negative on someone's success. Be happy for them, be proud of them, and make dua for them, because that dua is also going to benefit you as well. So remember, irrespective of the success that someone sees, it shouldn't now make you feel sad or upset. And in fact, you should think about how many blessings you have. You should be grateful for what you have. This is another point, that when you see someone who has success, when someone has money, think about everything that you have and look at those that have less with you. And this is actually the advice of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that look with people who have less than you. Be how proud you should be with everything that you have. Be thankful for what you have. And that will take away the ill feeling sometimes that can creep into your heart. Because remember, man, protecting your heart is probably the most important thing as a Muslim. Now, number two, a lot of people are not talking about it. A lot of us fall into this. I can fall into this. It's wasting time, but more importantly, let me go into details with something like that. Wasting time on social media, consuming content which is haram, consuming content where, a lot of music, a lot of singing, a lot of women, a lot of, social media, consuming content has become so normal that we forget that sometimes we're consuming content, so much content, so much music, so much, looking at this female and that female. You don't realize it. It just becomes a normal habit to just consume hours and hours of social media content. And it's something that we have to, not only from a business aspect. Like, it doesn't make sense for you to waste, a couple of hours, 2-3 hours a day on social media just scrolling through. Look, we all make the mistake, and it's not me sitting here in front of you saying I'm perfect and I don't make that mistake. I do, but I actively know that I need to fix it. And I have good days and I have bad days. The point to you is you need to have good days and bad days, and understand that we have more bad days than good days, and we need to try and work on ourselves. Make sure that we're not spending too much time on social media consuming content, because you can't control the content you consume so much that you are never seeing haram content. That's very difficult, right? Especially on TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. You're going up and down, like it's getting crazy now. So I would say, like, limiting the content you consume on social media and making sure that you're not consuming haram content. And take this action today. If you're consuming haram content of any sort on TikTok and Instagram, then just go on that and go on the not interested and try cleaning out your Instagram and social media and TikTok. It's the least that we can do today, and doing something like that will help you think clearly, will not allow you to waste too much time. And if you're not sinning, of course, sinning is going to reduce the blessings that we have in our day-to-day lives. So no doubt that is beneficial for us. Now, I've been running my own company for about 8 years, and I have seen very often, how normal it can be to be dishonest and not be completely transparent in transactions, and not understand actually that we as Muslims can't be dishonest. Like, we have to be truthful, we have to be transparent, we can't cheat, we can't do any of that stuff. And it might come as, well, obviously, I get it. You're thinking, obviously we can't do that. But let's be honest, guys, like when it comes to a certain situation, you might think, well, I just need to be a little bit dishonest and it might get me to make this deal. You can't. You just, in that moment, you can't. You have to be completely honest. And there's just ways of being completely honest and saying, look, Mr. Client, yes, this might be the issue. Yes, that might be wrong. But for me, I know, giving them the positive as well, being completely transparent and having yaqeen. This is important now. What you are doing there is you're being honest and complete because you are a Muslim and you fear Allah Azza wa Jalla and you want Allah to bless your business as well. That's important. So have your intention as that. Now, once you have the intention as that and you're being transparent with every single client, wallahi, I promise you guys, you will see the sort of blessings in your businesses that you have never seen before, because you are being honest and you're being transparent and you're doing it for the sake of Allah and because you're a Muslim. That is powerful, man. I've seen it many times, and wallahi, it's one of the biggest reasons I've seen success, because I be transparent, honest and truthful in all my transactions, and I never ever lie. Wallahi, I'm scared. Not from you guys, not from people saying to me, oh, look at Abu Musa, wallahi, I'm scared of the Creator. That's big. Now, number 4, and what sometimes can happen is something creeps in your heart when you start seeing money, which is very problematic. And the money enters your heart. What I mean by that is arrogance. You get a little bit of money and you think you are something now, but don't forget, it is Allah that is in control of everything, right? If Allah wants today, He can turn your heart. If Allah wants today, He can make you fall unwell. If Allah wants today, all that money can go. And so realizing and being thankful for everything that you have. Remember, the one who is thankful for whatever he has, Allah will bless him more. But the one who starts becoming arrogant and the one who says it's all me and it's, I am this, I am great, man, I feel scared for you. Allah will put you through a test. And if it's in the dunya, then it's going to be in the akhirah. I fear for that person who thinks that he can get through life being an arrogant individual, because we know of the hadith, and this isn't a channel where I talk too much about Islam, but it's like a brother talking to you, right? But we know someone with the atom's weight of arrogance, how far they will be from Jannah, and we don't want that. We don't want that. So try to be a good person and keep arrogance out of your heart and be thankful and blessed for everything that you have, and no matter what Allah gives you, be thankful for it. And when Allah takes it away from you, say alhamdulillah, because Allah has clearly taken away a test from you and it's a blessing. You think like that, the blessings are unreal. This is a hack and every single person needs to do it. Now lastly, in a world that we live in 2025, there will come a time for the Muslims where staying away from this is close to impossible. And I fear that time is now. But in reality, we can do as much as we possibly can. And we should aim to be the best that we can. And in all our business and dealings, and, we have to make sure that we stay away from riba, we stay away from interest, no loans, none of, your contracts have to be away from interest and loans. You need to make sure that you're not, putting any late fees into any agreements that you're making with clients, also any late fees that you're, bringing in. Use an old laptop, don't get a laptop on finance, don't take out loans, don't take out credit cards. Listen, guys, do things the way a Muslim should do, and Allah will bless your money. The £100 will last longer. You will make £10,000 and it will go quickly, but the £100 will last longer than the £10,000 because you made it in a permissible way, not falling into sin. And that is the most powerful thing you can do as Muslims, that you stay away from haram and you make sure every single transaction is permissible, and every single transaction you are fearing Allah Azza wa Jalla and trying to stay as steadfast as possible. Remember, there will be times where you fall into sin unknowingly. This is the reality of life. Seek forgiveness from it. Make dua. Ya Allah, protect me from the sins that I don't know of. Make the dua, man. Make the dua and turn up to salah. Go to the masjid. Do as much as you can. May Allah protect you guys and me, and bless our businesses and our wealth and our families and so much more. Barakallahu feek. I hope this video was of benefit.